Is the great unified theory of consciousness coming? Can consciousness really be cracked by humans, or will it never exist? In the field of consciousness research, there are currently 5 major theoretical schools in the scientific community, including global workspace theory, integrated information theory, and feedback, predictive processing theory. The study found that the characteristic of differentiation in integration is the key to the generation of consciousness, as proposed by the author of this book, which is called hierarchical and diverse open integrated thinking. Specifically, in the field of consciousness research, there are currently various theoretical schools in the scientific community, such as the global workspace theory suggests that consciousness arises from extensive information exchange and integration between different regions of the brain, and its emergence relies on information sharing and collaborative work between different brain regions. The theory of integrated information proposes that consciousness originates from the highly integrated information within the brain, and the amount of this integrated information can be quantitatively calculated. This theory emphasizes the importance of the degree of information integration in the formation of consciousness. The theory of feedback prediction processing holds that consciousness is generated through the brain's process of predicting input information and minimizing prediction errors. This means that the brain continuously adjusts its expectations to match the actual perceived information, thus forming a conscious experience. The higher-order theory emphasizes that consciousness comes from a high-level representation of one's own psychological state, known as thinking I am thinking, and this ability for self-reflection is considered one of the key characteristics of consciousness. In recent years, research has also included Michael Graziano's attention architecture theory, which views consciousness as a specific type of attention information processing pattern and emphasizes the role of attention in consciousness formation. In addition, the free energy principle proposed by Carl Friston et al. Attempts to explain consciousness from the perspective of minimizing perceived information entropy. This principle assumes that the brain maintains a stable internal state by reducing uncertainty about the external world, thereby achieving conscious experience. Although these theories have different perspectives, they all point to a common core. Consciousness originates from the complex interactions of highly integrated and differentiated neural networks in the brain. Research has found that conscious activity not only requires tight feed-forward feedback connections between neurons, but also requires maintaining sufficient information differentiation and diversity. This differentiation in integration characteristic is the key to consciousness generation. See the author's proposal of hierarchical thinking in section 4.2.1. Why hierarchical multivariate open integrative thinking? Hierarchical thinking. Each theory has its own emphasis on this. The theory of cyclic processing and the theory of global workspace highlight the regulatory role of the prefrontal cortex in conscious access, while neural representation focuses on how multisensory interactions shape the unique texture of subjective experiences. The current research trend is trying to integrate the essence of different theories, such as embedding the predictive coding mechanism into the global workspace framework. This cross-complementary research path is expected to lead to a more complete construction of consciousness theory. Perhaps in the future, a unified framework of consciousness theory can be formed based on these theories. Of course, this is based on the premise that consciousness can indeed be cracked by humans. I am Wu Huaiyu, a PhD from the Chinese Academy of Sciences and a postdoctoral fellow from Peking University, and the founder of AI Philosophy. For more detailed information, please refer to the complete version of this book. In addition to this short video, you can also click on my avatar to view more long videos